Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. If you are scared right now in these markets, and even though this is a Cardano video, this applies to the overall crypto space, just watch this video and at the end of it, let me know what your thoughts are. Guys, I'm going to be putting things into perspective for you. I have said on this channel on numerous occasions that this channel and myself will be here for you through the good times and the bad. We know today has been a pretty brutal sell-off. I've been practically glued to the charts for the past 24 hours. And I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, guys, and I'm really going to be putting things into perspective. Cardano right now is sat at $1.18. This time last year, it was at 7 cents. June last year, you're around about 7 cents. I'm significantly up on the majority of my Cardano, and the reason that, other than what I've bought recently, the reason that I am saying this is not to gloat, not to brag, it's to put things into perspective for you. This is from Pompliano, who is a Bitcoin ambassador. He doesn't really like altcoins. Imagine back in November when Bitcoin was around 10,000, if someone told you Bitcoin has crashed to 30,000 and everyone is scared. Let that sink in. Guys, I'm going to be showing you a clip here that is going to really sum up the fact that you have a lot more than money at stake here. Cryptocurrencies offer something beautiful and pure to the world, and that is a fair system that we can weigh up value. One reason, and the main reason I'm in crypto, and I am still, by the way, guys, you guys know, I've told you the story. I got into the crypto space around about 2017, before the crash. Everything crashed by 95%, and I was left looking around for reasons to stay, and I found them. And those reasons were that Bitcoin and the crypto and the ideologies behind Bitcoin and the crypto space are essentially offering you far more than money. They're offering you a fair system of value. And I've told you on so many times that right now, Cardano's price does not dictate its true value. It's never been so strong. Here you have Cardano with smart contracts will be unstoppable. Honored to be part of the first to interact with a Plutus smart contract in Alonzo era. They already have smart contracts going. Alonzo rollout in September. Guys, I'm going to play this clip. Hopefully this makes sense to you and puts things into perspective.
Do you hope that in the process of cryptocurrency pushing power to the edges to the people, that we would be able to alleviate some of the suffering in the world caused by centralized power and the abuses of power and corruption, all those kinds of things?
100%. I made a very angry video months ago. I make angry videos. I shouldn't drink, Lex. I really should.
Maybe you should drink more.
Yeah, I know, right? It depends on who you ask. I made a video a little while. I said, you know, our industry is an industry of frustration. It exists because we weren't the industry that charged 85% interest to the poorest people in the world for loans. We weren't the industry that charged 15% to move money for a maid sending money home to mom in Manila. You know, we weren't the industry that laundered hundreds of billions of dollars of drug money and funded arms dealers in Africa and all these things, or permitted oil for food to exist and so forth. And the people who did these things aren't in jail. They're rich. They're billionaires.
They are the very people that are running the world right now. The people that have deliberately installed corruption at every point, and they're the very reason why there is so much inequality in the world, why there is only a few people that get to benefit from the monetary system and everybody else has to suffer.
They fly private jets. So our industry is the antidote to these types of things. We say, guys, we want a system that's fair. That's it. And we want everybody to be treated equally. That doesn't mean everybody's going to win. It doesn't mean that when you lose, you know, somebody's going to come on a white horse and bail you out. You're going to have winners and losers, but it's fair. That's all we want. That's all we've ever wanted. There's no coincidence that Bitcoin was created right around the same time as the 2008 financial crisis.
I urge each and every one of you to not only look at how the US dollar came into existence, but how Bitcoin came into existence. Go and look at Satoshi's early interactions with the kind of community, people like Hal Finney, other people like that. Look at what Bitcoin was really all about and the purpose that it was created for. There are people that are in the crypto space right now and people that own Bitcoin that haven't even read the white paper. It is crucial, and it's times like these when the market is selling off. And it's, by the way, let me just make something apparently clear. It's when things go down where you make your money. Not when they're up high. It's when you buy low and sell high that you make your money.
It's not like these were just unrelated events. They're highly correlated to each other, okay? I'd say perhaps even causal. Go figure. And everything we've done as an industry from that moment to today and beyond has been about that endless, relentless desire to make things a little bit less corrupt, a little bit less nepotistic, and a bit more open. And it's gotten so insane that you have these things in Wyoming called speedy banks, where you're full reserve banks. They have 100% of their balance sheet is accounted for. They don't lend. And then you have the people in the banking community saying, well, those are a risk to banking. We're scared that these speedy banks are going to default.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what world are you living in? You have fractional reserves, sometimes like 2% assets on the balance sheet. And then you're worried that the guys who actually have a dollar for every dollar they say they have are the ones that are going to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the 1984 level doublespeak when you see in the system and negative interest rates and all these other things. And so I absolutely believe the direction and course of this industry is to make things more honest and fair. And also, by its very existence, it exposes double standards, hypocrisy, and corruption. Just the fact that it's there. Because it's one thing to say that, well, it just can't be because of the nature of global finance. There's no way to do it otherwise. It's another thing to see it there as an example and say, well, that thing is doing it. Why can't you guys be this way? That's why I'm so passionate about Africa, because they don't like the systems they have, and everybody's really young. And they are going to throw all the systems out in the next 20 years, and they're going to replace them with something else. If we get this stuff into Africa, 1.2 billion people will be living in a considerably better system than the rest of the world. And then everybody else will look at that and say, why the hell are those guys so rich? Why are those guys making the money? Why are those guys doing so well? And it's not satisfying to hear, well, that's, Africa is just better. No one's going to say that. They're going to say, okay, yeah, it's nepotism and corruption and, lack of transparency and these types of things. So I think absolutely it has the potential to improve the human condition, but humans have to get out of the way. Humans have ingrained in themselves.
What we're seeing right now is humans in the way of this technology taking a hold and benefiting humanity. You're seeing that in China. That's what this channel is all about, by the way, guys. What he just said right there is helping you guys to understand, and it's why I'm so passionate and decided to create a YouTube channel on cryptocurrencies, is because I can see the potential here. The current financial system that we have is unfair, and it only benefits a very small number of people whilst leaving the rest impoverished. Why do you think there is so much poverty in the world? It's as a direct result, in most cases, of the financial system that currently runs the world. It is unfair. It decides with all this money printing, and we spoke to you on a number of occasions. Guys, I know I'm going on a rant here, but it's important that people understand this. And when you understand this and put it into the perspective, and oh yeah, what? Cardano sold off slightly today, even though it was at 7 cents last year, and is now at back up at $1.21. If you don't understand the fact that people think finance is boring, finance has a direct effect on your life. If any of you guys out there, whatever fiat system it is, and your government has printed loads of money to combat the situation that we found ourselves in in May 2020, then what's essentially happened is your wage has just gone down in value. Unless you've received a raise in accordance with it, like all these big companies use the CPI, whether it's your phone bill, whatever, to up their billing price every year, accordance to that, because they know that inflation is there. Your money that you have, that you use, that you get paid at, is constantly being manipulated, constantly being taken from one goalpost to another, and is unfair. What cryptocurrencies offer, and certainly something like Bitcoin, it's the one reason I hold Bitcoin. I don't hold Bitcoin because I think I'm going to get rich from Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin because I see it as a true store of value. I hold other cryptocurrencies because I think I'm going to get rich off them. But I hold Bitcoin, and I'm not talking about Cardano. The aim for me isn't to get rich off Cardano. I love the project and I want to support it as much as I can. If I make a bit of money along the way, that's great. The cryptos that I think I'm going to get rich off are cryptos I've not even spoken to you about on this channel, that we are going to do more of. And whenever we have days like this where the market sells off, guys, I'm going to get more and more aggressive on the content that I put out. Because I can't tell you how many people have rang me up today, how many people have acted like this is the end of the world. Remember something, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what is wrong with the world that we live in today. It's only money. And by the way, you haven't lost anything until you've sold. I hope what I'm saying to you is making some kind of sense. Because what I'm saying to you right now is the whole reason this channel exists. It's the whole reason I keep banging out Cardano videos and I'm such a fan of Charles and the project. Because he sees this for what it is and he's trying to do something about it. And he's trying to change the world that we live in for the better, I believe. And something like Cardano is going to get there. And guess what, guys? You have a chance to be a part of that and help that and grow that. And you can get active in the crypto space, whether that's running a staking pool, whether that's running a Bitcoin node, whether that's providing liquidity. You can be active in this technological revolution that I believe is going to change the world. I hope I'm putting into perspective for you what's going on right now. Somebody mentioned in the comments yesterday about getting laughed at. He said that he had been laughed at and he didn't like getting laughed at. Every great individual in history, whether it's a man or a woman, at some point somebody laughed at them. It's all about the guy having the last laugh or the woman having the last laugh, guys. That's what this is about. And how many times do you think, as somebody in the crypto space, I've been laughed at? And what tends to happen is a little bit of time goes by and they see that, oh, actually, hang on a minute, maybe I should ask All in Crypto all about that. People come full circle, and if you are listening to the opinion, your time on this earth is finite, by the way, guys. You don't have an infinite supply of it yet. We may move into a future where that could be the case. If you're going to listen to somebody that wants to spend that finite time laughing at other people and mocking other people, then you're the fool for listening to somebody who wants to spend their time in such insignificant ways. Guys, please don't worry. You're back in this consolidation range that we were in for 10 weeks. Let me put this into perspective for you. Cardano is still, in my opinion, trying to change the world. Nothing's changed there, and the price of Cardano right now has no reflection, in my opinion, on its true value. I believe that this coin is going to get over $7.50. Now, whether that works out to be at the end of the year, like I think it probably still stands a very good chance of doing, by the way, or whether that's into next year or whenever that may be, $7.50 is really just the start, guys, in comparison with what's going on here and what's being undertook. The market is already somewhat recovering. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I'm still somewhat, maybe we've wicked slightly below it now, but I did say that this was the sort of bottom. We are downtrending. Let me talk to you right now about a bullish or a bearish market. The market is bearish right now. You are clearly downtrending. That is the trend of the market. Until we get a breakout above that downtrend, Cardano is the same right now. It's still downtrending. I think that you are going to bottom and we are going to start to move up and continue this bull run. I can't see another way that this goes. We spoke to you about so much on this channel. I hope some of it has sunk in. I hope not everybody out there is panicking. And remember, guys, in the grand scheme of things, it's just money. Cardano's, look at the strength in that wick. People are willing to buy down here. I'm certainly willing to buy down here. I got filled on a number of buy orders, and I'm going to continue, hopefully. The lower it goes, I don't see that as a bad thing. That just means the more I'm going to accumulate over a period of time. I'm on a dollar cost average game with Cardano, accumulation game. Not just with Cardano, with a number of other altcoins. I hope what I'm saying to you guys is making some sort of sense and putting things into perspective. Yes, the market has sold off. We know the reasons why. China are playing a fundamental role in this sell-off right now. Well, why are China doing that? Well, because, of course, they don't want any competition, and they have a habit of eliminating competition. Bitcoin is a direct competition, to the digital yuan, which they've come out and done. The rest of the world is going to roll out digital currencies, guys, because blockchain technology is significantly more efficient than what the old sort of legacy systems that they're already using are. That's why I think, you know, nothing fundamentally has changed with Cardano. Nothing fundamentally has changed with Bitcoin. Perhaps the hash rate has gone down, and it has gone down significantly, let me just say that. But in the long term, the exodus of miners from China is a good thing because it helps to decentralize the overall space. It helps to move into cleaner, which was a big criticism of Bitcoin, cleaner energy sources. I hope what I'm saying to you guys is making some sense. Charles did an AMA the other day. He said, look, we're in a bear market. But how do you define a bear market? In 2013, when we had a double sort of top cycle where we went up and then we came down 70% only to go back up higher, Would you have said that was a bear market in a bull market? How do you define this? Words, you need, without, and we're going to bring out a video after this kind of explaining whether we think we're in a bull or a bear market. But guys, I'm not worried. The price could continue to fall. Just remember, a year ago we were at 7 cents. In the grand scheme, you're only down if you bought up here. And in the grand scheme of things, I believe, and this is my belief, it's not financial advice, so don't take it as such, that in the long run, you're going to get back up here and higher. The crypto space has proved that hodling works. In fact, it's not just the crypto space. Go and look at any commodity that's valued against the US dollar of real worth. You know, I'm not talking about some stock that, you know, there's nothing going on there and it was just a Ponzi. Look at gold over time. Look at silver over time. Look at the housing market over time. Look at the stock market over time. It goes up like that because the US dollar goes down like that. That is all I have for you in this video, guys. I thought I'd just get on here because, like I say, my phone just goes crazy on days like this. I get so many people asking me, oh, what should I do? What I've done is bought the dip. But then again, and take this for what you will, because I've got to be transparent with you. I bought the dip here, I bought the dip here, I bought the dip all over this area, and we're still dipping. So it's kind of like, you know, I bought the dip and we're still dipping. But I'm happy to do that. I've already told you my situation. I can play a risky game because I can afford to literally lose everything and be okay because of my age. I don't really have that many financial commitments. I don't have any children yet, etc., etc. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you. I didn't mean this to be a rant at all. I just feel that it's important to put things into perspective and to weigh things up against the grand scheme of things. You know, people get so emotional and so heated and upset and tribalistic in this market. You don't need to, guys. If you're here to make money, just relax and look at the bigger picture. Enjoy the process, because the process, once you get to your destination, you'll realise that it was a process that made that destination worth it. You need to understand what you're investing in, and hopefully this clip showed it to you. Go and watch the Lex Friedman podcast. We've covered it in more detail on other videos. It's a really long 5 hours. You know, I've wasted quite a lot of my life already watching it twice. It's not wasted at all. So that is really all I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. You know, everything. What can you say, really? The market's selling off. We know it's selling off. We know the reasons why it's selling off. We know that you are going to have a pushback from all the financial legacy systems out there. Someone like China that is a total... Freedom is banned in China, for goodness sake. So it was an inevitability that they were going to ban Bitcoin at some point. Really. As it's in direct competition to them. And their totalitarian nature. And I'm talking about the government here, by the way, guys, of China. I'm not talking about the people. So that is all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope everybody is having a okay Tuesday, regardless of this sell-off. I hope there are people out there that are seeing this for what it is. The worst case scenario is we do actually enter a full-blown bear market and we have to wait a while for things to come back up. But the main point to take away from that is things will come back up. We're going to be looking at these and we're going to be coming up with more updates on exactly where we think we are, whether we think a prolonged bear market is on the cards, which is really a time will tell game, or whether we think we are going to still see that recovery. And I'm still biased towards that recovery, genuinely. However, I could be wrong. It's just an opinion of mine, and I'm just here sharing it with you. All I have for you on this YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love and leave you on that note, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.